When I was learning Spanish in school, I used to get so bogged down by the little technicalities, the grammar, the rules, the textbook learning. And it makes sense, right? I guess because the US education system is so geared on textbook based learning. But I mean, it doesn't really make sense when you think about it, right? When you learned your very first native language, were you learning it from a textbook? No, you were learning it situationally, you were learning it by the context. And my stubborn self wouldn't listen when professors would recommend watching shows, listening to songs, reading, actually placing yourself in those environments until I got to my very last class in university. And for the first time, I had a professor that was solely Spanish speaking. Grew up in Spain, was raised in Spain, came here to raise his family, and he doesn't speak English. So even if you wanted to fall back on the crutch of using English, you couldn't, right? You could only communicate with him in Spanish. And I was severely humbled when in this class everyone was nodding along, understanding what was going on, and words were just going from one ear out into the other. And this professor was suggesting to me to actually practice talking, come to his office hours. We'd have Zoom so I could actually get into the habit of doing it. And I wish I took him up on this offer now because lo and behold, after graduating, life gets hectic, whatever. Now that I'm trying to relearn on my own, I don't have anyone, right, to practice talking or speaking with. So apps and tools where you can actually practice hearing yourself talking to someone else, and that impromptu natural conversation that is so hard and rare to find. And I'm so grateful, right, that that exists, because if I existed, 10, 15 years ago, these tools would not be out for me, and my stubborn self would really be suffering. So when I used to say I was not an app girl, I take all of that back. Bless Amble, bless the apps, thank you. Please, please, please take advantage of the tools out there, right? Don't be like me, because my professor would be shaking in his boots to think that I am still not taking his advice.